The HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast is fueled by Eukanuba. If you want to get the most of your dog in your training sessions, you need nutrition that holds nothing back. Eukanuba's new premium performance lineup is built with the nutrients dogs need to help unleash their max potential. That starts with providing energy that matches their efforts, supporting optimal nutrient delivery, and supporting post-exercise recovery. Check out the new Eukanuba Premium Performance lineup and find your dog's fuel at eukanubasportingdogs.com. You are listening to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. The HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast is powered by Cornerstone Gun Dog Academy. CGA is the world's most comprehensive online gun dog training resource. They've got over 160 instructional videos that includes everything you need to take your 7-week-old puppy to a finished gun dog. Visit cornerstonegundogacademy.com to sign up for the free preview module and begin your training journey today. Cornerstone Gun Dog Academy, the most advanced gun dog training resource on the web. Sound Gear is offering a 35% discount to the HP Outdoors listeners for their instant fit industrial and shooter products. You can head over to soundgearhearing.com and use the promo code HPO35 to claim your discount today. Lifetime Decoy's new Flex Float Mallard decoys set the new standard for quality and durability in waterfowl decoys. An EVA foam, open bottom construction combined with patent-pended dual flow swim keel system allows for more movement and less wind, the ability to sit flat on ice and dirt, and virtually indestructible design which can be shot or otherwise punctured and still float. Each decoy weighs only 11 ounces with the self-righting keel weights removed or 19 ounces with the weights installed. Check them out today at lifetimedecoys.com. Lucky Duck, about the only creature they can't deceive is you. Lucky Duck is more than a brand, it's a lifestyle built around the subtle art of critter deception. So while you're focused on the business end of your shotgun or rifle, know that they're completely focused on what matters most, you. So whether you're in a duck blind, dove field, on a predator stand, or chasing turkeys, they're confident that their products will help you succeed. Check out their full lineup at luckyduck.com and keep up with their latest news by following them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, here we are, lesson 6, the final lesson of our module number 2 regarding safety of the HP Outdoors Foundations of Waterfowl Hunting course. This lesson is dealing with the safety meeting. What is a safety meeting, you might be asking yourself? Well, it's something that we're big fans of, and we know a lot of other folks do, is that when you're hunting with a party, basically anyone other than just yourself, it's really good practice to have a discussion prior to the hunt taking place to just sort of lay out some ground rules for the hunt and some expectations that everyone is going to be expected to abide by. Some of these items that you're going to want to cover in this meeting would include noting any directions where it might not be safe to shoot. So if there's a house or cars or whatever it is that's not safe to shoot in a particular area, you want to make sure you point that out to anyone, specifically those who may not be that familiar with the area that you're hunting in. You'll also want to know who in the group will be responsible for calling the shot. That's one thing that can screw up a lot of hunts. It's a safety issue if multiple people are calling shots or people are shooting prematurely. So ensuring that you have one person responsible for calling the shot is also very critical to establish before the hunt even gets started.
Yeah, it's very critical and very easy, so you don't have any miscommunication there. If you are hunting with dogs, identify the location of the dog blind, and we could go into having dogs in A-frames or layouts. That's a totally different conversation. But for this, we're just going to say location of dog blinds. Also confirming instructions for when a dog or a person is out for a retrieve. What are you doing with your guns as far as barrels up, safety's on, anything like that? Wait for reloading until everyone's back and not downrange. And if you go back to lesson 5, reviewing lanes of fire and where it would be appropriate for you to shoot and not shoot. So not just the safe directions as far as houses or roads, anything like that, but as far as just your shooting lane and what is expected of you there.
Yeah, and I think another thing to kind of tab onto that is Discussion of follow-up shots on wounded or crippled birds. So just because there's a cripple in your lane may not mean that you're going to be the person responsible for executing a follow-up or finishing a shot. If you've got a guide or someone that's out in the decoys, they might take the shot. If they're out there handling a dog, they may have the dog under control, and they may ask a particular person in the blind to take the shot based on where they're positioned to ensure that everyone's safe. So having a plan of action and understanding how that's going to work out, super important. And then also you just want to ensure before you wrap the meeting that no one has any questions. You may have new hunters. You may have someone that's been hunting for a while that you just take for granted would understand something that may be unique to that hunting scenario or something like that. So it's important to ensure that everyone is clear on the way the hunt is going to go down to ensure that everyone can be safe and have an enjoyable hunt. So, the discussion, the safety meeting doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be, anything crazy, but it's always good to have. So if you're not doing that right now or hasn't been something that you've thought about, you might want to take a look at adding that into your pre-hunt routine, kind of as you're sitting in the blinds and it's not quite shooting light yet, but everything's set up and you're just kind of getting ready to go. So it's the perfect time to have that meeting, and it only takes just a few minutes. So that's going to do it for module 2, our safety module. We put the safety module up here in the beginning because it's very important to us. We think that safety is something that sometimes unintentionally gets overlooked, and is something that's just critical to every hunt to ensure that everyone comes home safely at the end of the day. So we're appreciative of you guys taking the time to hear us out on this, and hope you guys execute some of these safety plans and some of these safety ideas on your next hunt. So that'll do it for module 2. As we move into module 3, we're going to get into something that most waterfowl hunters by nature are very into, and we are certainly no exception. That is equipment and gear. So we will go through multiple lessons of different gear that you will take with you to the field, and then will help you be more successful in your hunts. That's going to do it for this episode of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. If you're new to the show, head over to iTunes, check out some of our past episodes, and while you're there, leave us a 5-star rating and review. It's the best way for like-minded hunters just like you to find our show. Check us out on social media. Check us out over at hpoutdoors.com and anywhere you can find quality podcast content. That's going to do it for this week. Till next time, for Dan, I'm Josh. Take care.